The very first thing we want to do as we start to set DashboardFox up is to plan how we're going to connect to our data and what type of data we're going to connect to. There's three major sources that we connect to. One, any sort of database. MySQL, Oracle, Microsoft SQL, PostgreSQL, all those are native connectivity, but we can also talk to any ODBC connection, and that's very useful for maybe it's a Sybase or SQL Anywhere or some other type of database, or it could be a third-party control from CData or Simba connecting to an API. Key thing about the information is only the DashboardFox server communicates with your database, nothing else, and it's always going to be read-only access, so there's never any writing capability to that database. Lastly, it's real time. Every time a dashboard or a report is executed, it's going to go out there and pull back the most current and live data from that data source. The other type is Excel or comma separated value files. Now there's a certain structure to the Excel workbook or spreadsheet. We'll cover that in a later section. But that's a very powerful integration. And what we're going to do is import that Excel or CSV data, convert it into a database format, and store it in that embedded PostgreSQL database that comes with DashboardFox. So there's a lot of power in that step. And the last would be any premium apps. We don't talk a lot about those these days, but we do have out of the box connectors for products like CA Service Desk or BMC or ServiceNow, where you can just plug and play and get connected. But the main one that you'll work with is our audit app, the Dashboard Fox audit app, to tap into your audit tables. Now, a couple driver specific things. One, everything should be 64-bit from a driver perspective. So if you're connected to Oracle, make sure it's the Oracle 64-bit client. If you're using any sort of ODBC driver, use the 64-bit configuration on that. Now, if you are working with a legacy application that requires a 32-bit driver, you can do that. You just have to update the IIS and configure DashboardFox to run in a 32-bit mode under IIS. Lastly, you'll have to make sure that the database tables that we're talking to, you want to know if they have an owner or a schema or not. This might be something that a terminology that you're not familiar with. This will be something that'll become obvious when we're working in the app building section, and it gives you an error that you're not able to communicate with those tables. That generally means that there is an owner to the table, and you have to specify those either in the app registration section or in the architect as we add in those tables. But we'll cover all that in later sections. The key is just have an understanding of the read-only password, user ID, the network location of where those databases are located, and the type of database that they are. And if you have that information, you're ready to start connecting your actual data. If you do have any questions, just go out to support.dashboardfox.com, and also be sure to check out our YouTube channel, as we also put a lot of video and how-to and tutorials there as well.